Welcome to Socially Sensitive Podcast. This is David. I'm your host, and I'm joined with
Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Man, you say that really fast.
Did you see the new Apple Vision Pro headset? Have you seen anything on it yet? Oh man,
No.
You've seen the Oculus headset.
Yes.
The Oculus, it's the Meta Quest now, because since Facebook bought them, and because I've got one of the originals, I think mine's a Quest 2, but they've got the Quest Pro out now. But Apple then announced last month their competitor to it, which the Vision, the Meta Quest one, the Facebook one, it's good for it's neat for gaming. It's pretty simple. Have you used one? Have you ever put one on and experienced which I remember growing up, and you'd go to arcades and they had the big headset thing. You'd stick your head in, and it was kind of like a VR type thing. You know,
right.
Those never compared to like this. The VR that even the Facebook one does is pretty impressive as far as the head tracking, and you get the feeling that you're in a virtual world, that when you look around, you might be standing in your living room that's only 15 by 15 room, but in the world that you're in might be 100 by 100 auditorium. And you get the feeling that you're in a massive room, or, in a cave, or whatever, wherever you are. Well, Apple's is, because Apple has to take everything that's been around for the past 10, 15 years and go, hey, let us show you how you really do it. And then charge 10 times the price.
Right, exactly. We're not going to make it better at the same price point. We're going to make it better at like 10 times the price point.
Right, and that's exactly what they did with this. The Facebook one's $350 starting at. The Apple one starts at $3,500. $3,499.
Wow.
But it is magic. Marques Brownlee, who I think he's probably the top tech reviewer online. I take his, whatever he says about a piece of tech, it's garbage, this is great, this is wonderful, whatever. I put a lot of weight into what he says about what Marques says. He got to use it and try it out. He said, I never say this about a piece of tech. He said, but it is purely magic how it works. He said Apple's thing is, their Steve Jobs quote that he used to always say about their stuff is, it just works. I mean, that was one of the things he was always famous for. But it's it's not just VR, it's AR and VR. So you put the headset on, but it's mounted with cameras too. So it shows, when you put it on, you see the real world in 4K. So to you, it looks like you're looking through ski goggles, even though the front is solid. You can't actually see through. It's not like clear lenses or anything, but it is such high quality, and the tracking and everything is so spot on that your brain doesn't know the difference. It thinks you're looking at the real world. And I guess technically are, but just through a camera, but you don't realize it in the headset. So everything that it's VR like that you can go into a virtual world, but most of the time when you're going to be using it, you're going to be in AR. So it's just augmented reality. You're in the real world, and then it just puts things up for you, like your icons pop up, and whatever you're doing, your keyboard, your screen, if you want to watch a video, however you're using it is just kind of floating there in front of you. But your brain has already been tricked to thinking you're looking in the real world. And then all of a sudden, Minority Report style stuff just pops up. Controls for it, like the Facebook one, you control it with hand controllers. You've got the little, like the Facebook ones. I mean, they're like this. You got 2 thumb controllers you hold in your hands like this. They got triggers, buttons, joystick on top. So it's all hand controlled. The Apple one is all eye controlled. It's eye tracking.
Okay.
So when your stuff comes up on screen, you just look at it. It tracks that so well that whatever you're looking at, it highlights. So as you look around the screen or whatever is in front of you, it auto selects that for you. And
so like, well, okay, the next question is like, if it does that,
yeah,
does it also have like, if I'm looking at, say, like a file folder that's sitting right here in front of me, can I say open and it will open that file for me?
You can, or when you look at it, it tracks your hands. All you have to do
is tap it.
Click your fingers. So you don't even have to reach up. You can have your hand sitting in your lap because it's got cameras all underneath and around it too. So you could just have your hand sitting in your lap. And just while you, let's say your hand, which I'm holding it up just for the camera so you can see it, but let's say it's sitting in my lap and I just do this. It knows, okay, that's basically a mouse click.
Right.
Or if I just want to scroll, I can just go da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. The hand tracking, he said, was magic. The eye tracking was, he said, almost felt telepathic. It was so good. And you can then use voice too, if you want. It does hand, eye, and voice is the interaction. Compare it to like a mouse. You have
so you could sit there and you could just like look at your whatever. Let's say I'm looking at the icon to open up my web browser, and I could say, okay, open with my web browser, and it would open it up, and there it is. And okay, now search for whatever I'm looking for.
Right.
Abraham Lincoln killing vampires.
Right.
I need a picture of that.
Right.
There you go.
Boop. There it is. Or anything. I mean, and it's not just that they made this. They made the entire software ecosystem open to third-party app developers, just like the iPhone is open to app developers. The iPad is open to app developers. So now you're going to have the best app developers in the world building software for this piece of hardware that has incredible controls, incredible tech as far as the vision.
That's really kind of cool.
Here's what got my brain going. I noticed, like with mine, with the Oculus one, see, I wear glasses. The Oculus they've got a little spacer adapter that clips into it so that it kind of pushes it out from your face just a little. It's still tight so no light gets in. But the Oculus one has a spacer, it pushes out so you can wear glasses inside it so you can see.
Right.
I was thinking with the Apple one, you can do that, but they don't have just like this one generic little spacer thing. But I was thinking, okay, you're not seeing the real world. You're seeing it through a camera anyway. What if they could make this system that you could then input your glasses prescription into the software and it correctively adjust what you're seeing, or even better, I could see far away with it.
Telescopic.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
So
you could actually, like, if you had like really super zoom, you could like zoom in on something really far away.
Right.
It's like kind of like having supervision.
Right.
Or being able to see like an eagle. I'm a mile up and I can see a bunny rabbit, jumping around in the field down below me.
But at the very least, they could just put your prescription in so you could see clearly without having to put your glasses on inside the headset, because you're not seeing the real world anyway.
That would be good, and that would be because then because if you do that, then you don't have to have that gap in there for the glasses,
right?
Because because you're going to have glasses on and then you're going to have this headset on too. That's going to get kind of bulky and maybe even uncomfortable after wearing it for a little while. But if I could wear it without my glasses and still see just as good as with my glasses, then it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, and I can wear it for a little bit longer time and get more done. So let's make it where it corrects for my prescription.
Right.
That's not a bad idea.
That doesn't seem like it would be that hard for them to do with software.
You wouldn't think it would be.
No. But here, I'll play part of the video, their demo video that they put out. which is beautiful. Of course, it's going to be beautiful Apple builds. Beautiful
Introducing
stuff.
Apple Vision Pro. The era of spatial computing is here.
And see her eyes?
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing her eyes. That is there's a screen on the outside for the rest of the world to see you. They did that just so there's that eye contact while you have it on. You're not actually seeing through it.
There's a camera on the inside that's taking video in your eyes, and there's a screen on the outside to show the pictures that they're taking of your eyes so that you can, like you said, maintain eye contact with people.
Right.
And of course, you've got a screen inside, and you're looking, say, I'm looking at you.
Right.
I'm seeing you on the screen.
Right. Or I could take it to eliminate the outside world. Well, here, we'll just play more of the video.
Here. When you put on Apple Vision Pro,
I mean, it's still big, but it's not ridiculously bulky.
Apps live right in front of you, but now they're in your space.
See, like, just look at that. Okay, like, focus on the black Apple TV with your eye. Just kind of look up over at it, and then move to any of the other apps. But imagine they're like here in front of you. As you focus your eye, because at first I was like, how in the world can it track your eyes? But then I realized that there's quite a bit of movement when you move your eyes just from one thing to another.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's basically the same kind of like what Hawking had.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he had words and letters, so he could like spell words and
look
just
around
look
at them.
Looking at words and then looking at certain letters to build words.
Yeah.
And then that's just, he's looking at one screen and that's just like a dart of the eye here or there, So they've had that technology for a while now.
Yeah.
Is Vision OS, Apple's first ever spatial operating system.
Yeah, see, they're not calling it AR, VR, or any of that. They're just calling it spatial. It's spatial computing. It's kind of a mixture of all of it.
Groundbreaking. You navigate with your eyes. Simply tap to select, flick to scroll, and use your voice to dictate. It's like magic. Apps have dimension, react to light, and cast shadows. Even though these spatial experiences are happening inside Vision.
See, that's cool too, where it throws out shadows in the real world. I mean, it's not for anybody who's looking in the real world, but to you, it looks like it's putting, what are you looking? She don't have no legs. Is that what you're looking at? She's sitting on them. She's kind of got them crisscross applesauce to the side.
Oh, okay. It's looking like she ain't got no legs. I'm like, what the heck?
It looks, sounds, and feels like they are physically there.
Here,
you can see them,
the next thing.
And they can see you.
Yeah. See, it's got that cord. It's clips on the side because it's got a battery pack that you can carry in your pocket or whatever to get like longer battery life. Because I think the battery drains pretty quick.
As far as like just plug it into the wall?
Yeah. You can run that down. The battery pack has a power cord that you can plug into it and plug it in the wall. So like if you're sitting there, you could just have it running off of pure power with no battery. I mean, I guess technically it's passing through the battery. It's got like a pass-through thing.
Because you're not limited by a display, apps live in your space. Your photos can be life-size. Or
so I wouldn't do nothing all day but sit there on TikTok. Scroll. You got this 10-foot screen floating in front of you watching TikTok.
And at that point, it's just like you're on the Joe Rogan show yourself.
Right.
Any size. So your living room becomes...
Well, it demos are pretty cool.
And panoramas wrap around you as if you're right where you took them.
See, because remember, there's no size limit because this isn't the real world.
First ever 3D camera. Now, you can capture photos and
This part right here reminds me of a Black Mirror episode from 3 or 4 years ago.
videos with remarkable depth and relive a memory as if you're right back in the exact moment. Experiences on Vision Pro can also expand in 3 dimensions, filling the entirety of your space. Like in the Mindfulness app, where you can create a moment of
See,
calm.
that would be pretty cool too. Just that's when the AR kind of crosses over into VR.
Apple Vision Pro brings the scale and wonder of
This
a
would
movie
be
theater
cool, too.
to whatever space you're in. It
Because, yeah, go from like, okay, we've got this big, huge screen like we're in front of us, to we're going to open it up to the full environment.
automatically darkens and casts a beautiful glow into the room. And you can make the screen as big as you want. Spatial audio surrounds you and makes you feel like you're a part of the action. And for an extraordinary cinematic experience, you can bring in a beautiful environment and make your screen feel 100 feet wide.
So imagine sitting there like that watching. I mean, you're in a movie theater at that point.
Yeah, you are. And that's one of the reasons, that's one of the real reasons that I like going to the movies, is because they got that huge screen.
Right.
And if you can watch a movie on that headset
And
that
get
makes
that
it seem
feeling.
like,
Right.
that makes it seem like you're watching a really huge screen when actually you're watching just a little bitty one.
Yeah.
And
it even goes beyond that,
pretty cool.
because then it starts tying in the environment on the screen with AR, continuing it off screen. Here's what it would look like if it continued.
Vision Pro is a wonderful way to play your favorite games. Just connect your controller.
See, that's what Facebook is basically taking it. They're pushing hard towards gaming. And Apple, I think, is going to do gaming in it. But I think real world stuff's going to be more than just the gaming part.
And play on a massive screen with incredible
Imagine playing
audio.
Call of Duty with this on there. That would be kind of cool.
Or
With
even
Apple
Destiny.
Vision Pro, you
Yeah.
can create the perfect workspace, no matter where you are. The web comes to life at fantastic scale. Text is crisp and easy to read. Browsing the internet feels new. And Safari expands, so you
But I think the whole thing is redefining the interface. You know, we've been using a mouse for what, 30 years or more now?
Mouse, keyboard,
Yeah.
and a screen.
FaceTime would be cool with it too.
Mm-hmm.
When I first watched this, I was like, okay, you can see them. What do they see when they're looking at you? How do they see you? Because there's not a piece of hardware in front of you showing the camera, with the camera showing you.
FaceTime looks and sounds amazing in Apple Vision Pro. You see people life-size, and with spatial audio, you hear them as if they're right in front of you. So conversation is more natural, and collaborating becomes even easier. And because you see the world around you, you can glance at a notification and even connect your Mac simply.
I think this part's cool too. All you have to do, like if you have a laptop, a Mac, you know, like a MacBook or a laptop or iPad or something, you just have to look at it and it connects to it. It syncs up as like a expandable screen.
By looking at it, turning a 13-inch screen into a giant display.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Here's how they handle the FaceTime part where I was mentioning earlier.
Because you wear Apple Vision Pro and your eyes are covered, we engineered a system that uses advanced machine learning to represent you realistically when you're in FaceTime. Your persona dynamically reflects your face and hand movements. So when
So
you're
it gives
chatting,
you a 3D avatar.
people see your eyes, hands, and true expressions.
Oh, well. You have a good evening.
All right. See you later, Dave.
See you. Bye.
Bye.